guys, welcome back to my psychology and fitness YouTube channel. My name is Grace Jones, also known as Graceandfit. I just want to apologize if I look a little bit red right now. We actually just got back from Hidden Falls, and Hidden Falls is where you take your ATVs, your dirt bike, and you just go ham, and you just go off-roading. And it's a lot of fun, but today it was very, very cold, like extremely cold. And long story short, we were going really fast, and I drank a lot of mud water in the process, and there's actually still mud water in my ear. But like I said, I wanted to upload this video, and like I promised I would, so let's get started. Okay, so I know that this is a psychology and fitness YouTube channel, but today, just for the sake of time, and I do not want this video to go long, and my glute tutorial it's about like a good 6 minutes because I really wanted to guide you guys and just actually make it like educational. So with that said, I won't really be talking about endorphins, but I will be saying this. A lot of people assume that I am always happy, and they ask me, how can you always stay so happy with everything you've been through? The truth is, I can sit here and lie to you and say, oh, I'm always happy. That's not true. You know, it's only a couple of months ago that I've been through my traumatic event, and it doesn't go over overnight. But I do know this, that the more you practice on positivity, the more you're likely going to overcome your depression. Or that's how I overcame my depression. And, you know, for instance, if you were having a bad day for an entire month straight, but you practice on positivity, that 1 month is going to be cut in half and say, what, 2.5 weeks. As long as you practice positivity, it's going to play in your favor. Like I've stated in my previous video, that bad habits are hard to break, good habits are hard to develop. You don't get over something traumatic or your betrayal overnight. That just doesn't happen. That's not how our human mind works. And if you're the type of person who says, oh, you know, I'm totally over that, they're probably like in denial. There's only probably like 1% of people in this world where they don't let those kind of things affect them. But majority of human beings, when we go through something traumatic, it's going to affect us. Anyways, enough babbling. I just wanted to get that point across. I was actually talking about this in my Snapchat, about how, you know, keeping it real. I wasn't happy yesterday. I fell into my mini depression again, and I tried my best to talk myself out of it. Don't get me wrong, it works. But there are days when I'm so tired of being strong that I fall. And it's okay to fall. It's actually good that you fall, especially when you've been through something traumatic a couple of months ago. So am I hard on myself? Absolutely not. I mean, I would probably be disappointed in myself if I ran back to my old addiction, but I didn't. Did I curl up in a ball and cry a little bit? Of course I did. Because guess what? You don't get over things overnight. You don't get over something traumatic over a couple of months. That doesn't happen. But what I do know is that when you practice positivity, and when you, like I always say, neurons that wire together fire together, when you have those positive neurons, you know, connecting more and more every day, you are going to develop positivity. That's why I always say practice positivity when you're in a good mood. So when you're in a bad mood, it'll be easier to access it, if that makes sense. So without further ado, I just want to introduce you to my glute transformation video. But before, I just have to say one last thing. This is just basically a glute tutorial video. It has nothing to do with really my hamstrings or my quads, and I will do a separate tutorial on that. I just wanted to do a tutorial on a glute focused workout and how I develop my glutes. So yes, and I don't know how many of y'all follow me on Instagram. If you're not, I'll just have a link down below. But I talk about how I, you know, used to be fat. I am 4'11", and I used to weigh 155 pounds. Some of y'all may say that that's not like that's not a lot of weight, but for someone as tiny as myself, like 4'11", that is extremely heavy. And the doctors were actually really worried that I would become obese because I was going towards that direction. And let me tell you, ladies, it was not muscle, it was all fat. And then I developed some eating disorders, which I talked about in my other videos in the past. And then I got skinny fat, then learned how to lift, and so forth and so on. So if you guys want to see a video about my entire transformation, like how I lost my body fat, what I ate, what kind of lifestyle I lived to lose all that weight, give this video a thumbs up so I know that you guys want a video like that, and comment below letting me know what other videos you guys want to watch, and I will post that too. So I know, like I said, this is a psychology and fitness YouTube channel, but I didn't want to make this video super long. So all I gotta say today for psychology aspect of it is think positively, you guys, and enjoy the video. So let's get started with this workout. Remember, this is just a glute transformation video and nothing else to it. So remember, if you would like to see my quad, my hamstring, my upper body, how I lost my body fat, etc., give this video a thumbs up and comment below and let me know so that I know. So my first favorite workout is my barbell glute hip thrust. This workout has been amazing for my glutes, and this is when I actually started to see more transformation than ever. So I warmed up with 135, did just a set of 20 reps, and then I upped my weight. Today was more of a high volume day, just so that I could get more reps and set in. I love to do pulses because it keeps your muscle under tension, but at the same time, I use full range of motion. I go all the way down, I thrust it back up, and I squeeze my glutes for about 2 to 3 seconds or even longer. One of the most important things that you have to remember while performing this workout is that you do not use your lower back. A lot of people injure themselves because they go extremely heavy without proper form. So just drop your ego. I started off at a very easy weight, and then I worked myself way up. So one of the things that people ask me often is, what kind of stance should you use? Should you use wide stance or should you use narrow stance? It really depends on the person. Personally, with me, I do both, but I'm more of a fan with a lot of wide stance workout just because it works your glutes, your outer glutes, and your hamstrings a lot more, because this is a compound movement. It targets your glutes, but at the same time, it also targets your hamstrings as well. But the main target is your glutes. So it depends. What I did is I played around with it to see what felt more, I don't want to say comfortable, but what I felt more on my glutes. Because at the end of the day, if you don't feel it, then you just gotta tweak it. And on to our next workout. This is a straight-legged deadlift, or you can also call it a Romanian deadlift. As you guys can see, I have two 10-pound plates, and I am using it for my heels rather than my toes. A lot of people ask me why I put my heels on it rather than my toes. Answer is simple. I feel it more on my glutes and on my hamstring. The other reason why I'm doing a wide stance is because I want to target my outer glutes, and this is what works for me. So there is this myth that people say that when you want to see some progress, you always have to change up your workouts. But in fact, that's really not the case. All you have to do is you can still do the same exact workout, but change the volume and change the reps, the sets of the workout. You can also do different forms of workout. And what I mean by different forms, just to name a few, we have your negatives, you have your resistance, you have your pause reps, you have your explosives, and that's just naming a few. For this wide stance Romanian deadlifts, I use the explosive method. What this means is I would go down at a count of 3 and I would explode back up. So in other words, what I'm trying to say is, when people tell you that you have to change out, your exercise and that's the reason why you hit a plateau, that is definitely false. You can still keep with the same exact workout, but like I said, change the volume of it, the ranges of it, and the forms of it. And you'll be surprised how sore you are the next day. And the next workout is your cable kickbacks. I don't know if you guys can see it in this footage, but I am actually standing on the platform that I use for my hip thrust. And why I do that is because I feel that with me, I get a full range of motions. Mind you, I am 4'11", I have extremely short legs, so there's a lot of workouts where I have to improvise to get that sort of an effect that someone that's 5'6" or 5'5" would get. One of the most important things that I've learned about this cable kickback is not using your back. My lower back used to hurt so much when I used to do this, and that's the reason why my lower body and my upper body are in parallel of each other. That way I don't feel it on my back, but I feel it all in my glutes and in my hamstrings. This workout is your rope pull through, and what this targets, it targets your glutes and it actually targets your hamstring to glute tie-in. When you perform this workout, make sure that you're not using your lower back. And it's all about muscle to mind connection. A lot of people ask me what muscle to mind connection is, and that basically means that you're actually thinking about the muscle that you are working on. For instance, this workout, I'm focusing so hard not to use my lower back, but focusing on my glutes and pulling through with my glutes. It takes practice to learn how to use your muscle to mind connection, but once you actually start learning, you will see an amazing progression on whether it's your lower body or even your upper body. And on to my final last favorite glute workout. I know I keep saying my favorite, and it's simply because, well, these are all the workouts that's helped me grow my glutes. So this is your hip abductor. What I like to do is superset it. I face forward and I do about 15 to 20 reps at a very light weight. Then I go reverse and I up the weight and I do another 15 to 20 of it. The reason this is one of my favorite workouts is because it works out your gluteus maximus, your gluteus medius, your gluteus minimus, and your tensor fasciae lata. Just make sure that every workout that you do, make sure that you do not let ego get in the way, and make sure that you use muscle to mind connection.